Guys, how's it going? I'm back with another 10 metal bands you haven't heard but should, that I left like a meter too far away for some reason. So let's get right into it. As always, if you dig any of the stuff you check out, go buy the records, support the bands, support the labels, and without further ado, Sadistic Force, really cool band from Texas in the US of A, of course. They actually came to the city I live in, which, seeing a cool underground metal gig, especially of this kind of black speed style, is pretty much unheard of where I live, so that was cool. They played with Inhuman Nature, who I still need to grab their stuff, but yeah, really cool band. And yeah, if you like stuff like Wraith and Midnight and Hellripper, this will definitely appeal. They do have a full length out, which is really cool. I just grabbed the 7-inch because I didn't have a whole bunch of money that night, but I still wanted to grab something. They were really good live. You get 3 original songs, which are all killers, and a really wicked Judas Priest cover. Really good live energy. They were nice guys. Yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see if this band kind of gets as much of a rep as the other bands I talked about. They don't feel like a kind of straight rip-off of any of them or anything. So yeah, some real cool black speed metal, old school. These guys, yeah, really cool band. And nice to see something like that live here rather than having to travel for it. Next we have Mistcavern from Hungary. Shout out to Steve if you happen to be watching this, who in all of his genius and maniacal record ordering might bought 2 copies of this tape and wonderfully gave one to me. So, you know, it's always nice when people make mistakes that benefit me. This is their Winds of Misery EP. They also do have an album, which I keep meaning to check out. I haven't done yet, but this is really cool. If you like stuff like Baxaxa and Perverted Ceremony and stuff like that, it's got that kind of cold, very eerie, creepy kind of feeling to it. Really cool. Iron Bonehead put this one out, of course. Yeah, it's just got that kind of ancient, dungeon-y black metal feel. I really like that. Definitely the kind of black metal that feels old school. Now for kind of the complete opposite, we have Armory from Sweden, who play just epic, classic heavy metal, real strong 80s feel of, you know, like Accept, Judas Priest, the classic bands. Very anthemic. The music, but probably even more so the kind of aesthetic and theme and stuff really reminded me of Scanner from Germany. It's like with the artwork, that kind of very sci-fi. You think heavy metal, you think more swords and dragons. The kind of more sci-fi look to it. Yeah, made me think of Scanner, which is a band I really love. And not too sonically dissimilar, maybe a bit more on the kind of British side than the German one sound-wise, but yeah, really cool. New wave traditional heavy metal from Sweden, cannot go wrong. Now some excellent death metal from Denmark, which is probably, I think, one of the leading scenes in the world at the minute, so I do have some tabs open so I don't mix up countries again. I'm going to try and be a bit better for that, but yeah, this is on Dark Descent, the CD. Really cool stuff from Sulphurous, the Black Mouth of Sepulchre, Mesako did the vinyl, of course, as usual, and I think Desiccated did the tapes, if I'm not mistaken. Really cool, featuring members of Hyperdontia and the usual kind of circles, except no David from Undergang. If you like Hyperdontia, this is pretty much going to be a straight sell. It's sort of like that meets Sulphur Aeon. It's got this, as the art might give away, this kind of real creepy Lovecraftian kind of thing going on. It's really cool, very atmospheric death metal, which when done right is a great thing, and it's done right here. Yeah, I think it's a really cool release. I've not seen tons of people talk about it. I've definitely seen copies around, but I've not seen tons of talk about it, but I think it's a really cool release. So yeah, if you like some more atmospheric stuff, and talking of atmospheric death metal on Dark Descent, we have a Desolate Shrine from Helsinki. I mean, if you know your Finnish death metal, definitely want to pick out, like, if you like Crypts and Corpsess and those kinds of bands. You've got this slightly almost blackened edge, but not overly so, if that makes any kind of sense. It's just a very daunting, heavy, it's a very big sounding release. Another band whose name is really escaping my mind. Another Finnish band on Everlasting Spew. Fuck, this is going to annoy me. I'm going to have to look. Alphabet, don't fail me now. It's completely gone out of my head. Convocation, that was it. They've reminded me a bit of Convocation. That completely just went then. But yeah, if you like Convocation, listen to this. I'm so happy I remember that, because that would have bugged me all day. Next we have some awesome Swedish black metal. They are Swedish indeed. If you like stuff, you know, the classics like Sacramentum, Dissection, that kind of stuff. It's very melodic, but not in a way that feels kind of dancey or jolly. It just makes use of this almost neoclassical kind of way of composing riffs, and it's really cool. Lord Belial, a very long-running band from, I think, the early 90s, I want to say. And yeah, Hammerheart Records put out their new album. They're one of those bands who have survived through, let's see how many albums they have here. Okay, so like 10 or 11, I think, just from a cursory glance of Metal Archives. You know, some bands, they can put out 10, 11 albums and you're still getting the first album over and over again. Lord Belial, I think, have done enough to keep their own sound going. This artwork's pretty crazy, which is nice to see. It definitely looks more kind of like a new death metal record, in my opinion. But yeah, cool artwork, cool record. Now we have some more traditional heavy metal from Night and Gallo. If you love bands like Eternal Champion and Visigoth and those kinds of bands doing the kind of going back to early American power metal like Manila Road and Brockushelm and stuff, but with a kind of quite a big, heavy, modern production in a sense, Night and Gallo sort of fit into that niche quite nicely. Whereas Eternal Champion and Visigoth have that very kind of over-the-top kind of epicness. This feels a little bit more kind of pulled back, maybe because they're a younger band. It's not gone push the boat out in the kind of fantasy side of things quite as far, but it's still really cool. I believe, I mean, the first song's called Middle Earth, so I'm going to guess that they've got some Lord of the Rings stuff going on. Soul of Cinder, potentially Dark Souls. I don't know, I'm just kind of clutching at straws here, but yeah, really cool artwork. I love that cover and the back cover, and yeah, if you like epic heavy metal, then you cannot go wrong with this. Or No Remorse Records. Really like this one, completely new name to me, and yeah, really dig it, so hopefully hear more from those guys soon. Next, we have some more black metal, kind of, and I say kind of because this band has been all over the place. I've not been super familiar with them, but now they've ended up sounding more like necrophobic and that kind of stuff. And kind of sort of not traditional Swedish black metal in the kind of Marduk sense, but in the kind of more black and death metal sense, I guess. But yeah, looking at Metal Archives, they were once a melodic death band, stroke metalcore band, which I've not heard, but it's kind of weird to think listening to this. But now they've gone on to be more black death kind of thing. Again, a lot of melody, like with the Lord Belial record. I need to give this some more listens to really kind of get more of a strong opinion for it. But yeah, I think it's cool. I think it's definitely some good Swedish style black death metal. They're from Poland, which did surprise me because their sound is very, very Scandinavian. But yeah, it's a really cool album. If you like that more melodic stuff like necrophobic, this will definitely appeal. And I'm sort of, because I'm looking at this page as I sort of do the video, and it's like trying to think how this could sound metalcore. It just isn't really computing. Realistically, that's not going to be my bag, just because I don't really care for metalcore. That's just my 2 cents. But yeah, this is a cool record anyway, so check this one out. And this is on Malignant Voices, which is a label I'm not familiar with, but this is a cool release, so hopefully they have some other cool stuff. Next, of course, some more traditional heavy metal. We have Midas, also No Remorse. I got some No Remorse stuff from Sure Shot Works, so that's what we're talking about. And thankfully, they never send me stuff that sucks, which is really useful. Where are they from? They're from Detroit. And Midas definitely go with the more rocking kind of heavy metal. I don't mean it's not heavy metal, but there's like Thunder and Lightning by Thin Lizzy would probably be a good point of reference for this, which is my favourite Thin Lizzy album, coincidentally. I mean, talk about going out on a high. I'm not going to go on that tangent because I could talk about that record for hours here, but yeah, Midas have that. They're very, like, kind of first couple Accept albums before they got more arena-y sounding. That kind of stuff. I mean, it's got a big flying V on the cover, so you kind of know what you're going to get. And I wonder, has Midas never been a band name? Because I'm sure there was an old band called Midas. I'm now going to search this because I'm sure there was an old new wave of British heavy metal band. They only did a demo or something, but yeah, I knew I was right. I usually am. yeah, really cool. If you like your kind of more rocky, I talked about Lynx also. I think they were on No Remorse. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, if you like that Lynx record, then definitely this is a perfect album to go with it. Really cool stuff. And last of all, we have a German death metal band from Saxony called Purgatory on War Anthem Records. Now, if you like stuff like Grave, according to the similar artists on Metal Archives, I think they've nailed it with the top three. Grave, Vomitory, Vader, Vital Remains being in fourth. Immolation, they've put it better than I can. Morbid Angel, maybe not so much hearing that. But yeah, basically, I agree with on the majority of what I just said. Vader especially being a good touch point. It's got some kind of thrashy bits. Just really rabid early 90s sounding death metal. It's got a bit of a Florida thing going on, but it's not fully going into that. You know, it doesn't sound like straight Florida death metal worship, but it clearly has some of those influences. Polish death metal is probably just as influential, especially Vader as mentioned. They really do have that kind of sound of these kind of first 2-3 Vader records on here. Really cool album. Again, this was another new name for me. The only Purgatory that springs to mind is John Schaefer's one with a kind of horror themed traditional heavy metal. That was a really cool EP actually. I like that one. I'm hoping he wasn't the one from My Stuff who went completely batshit, because that would be a shame. So I like that. But yeah, I remember one of them went completely crazy, and I'm hoping it was not him. But yeah, Purgatory, really cool, straight, just old school death metal. If you like proper death metal, you'll like this one. Easy as that. And yeah, that was. I thought I had another one, but I didn't. That was 10 metal bands you haven't heard but should, and also Deathhammer. I always talk about Deathhammer, but you should support them because the new album rules. In fact, I'm going to show that now because it's my channel and I'll do what I want. But yeah, new Deathhammer rules. It comes with a book and a poster, which is. I'm just going to show this. I don't care. If you guys only wanted the 10 metal bands, you can leave now. But I'm going to keep talking about Deathhammer because I love this band. But yeah. Cool poster, love the band photos and the music videos. Real old school metal maniacs, these guys. And I've interviewed them in my fanzine, which you can purchase. And it comes with this, if you don't want the spoilers, look away. It comes with this really cool book with all these crude drawings. I love that kind of style of art. The cruder art is the better as far as I'm concerned, maybe because I can't draw, so it frightens me if something's good. Gorgeous splatter vinyl, although I'm sure the band probably prefer the black LPs. I might be wrong, I'll have to ask them. But yeah, in my opinion, one of Norway's finest bands ever, especially in my lifetime. And yeah, that's the new album, Electric Warfare, as you can see on my shirt too. I'm not in any way sponsored by Deathhammer, I just really like that band. And yeah, if you want to, I don't remember if I showed it before, but you can grab the first 3 issues as like a book of my fanzine. Well, mine and my partner's fanzine. I do the writing, she does the artwork. Yeah, it's got loads of cool old school stuff like Hooded Menace, Undergang, Hellripper, Conqueror, Andervald, Butcher, Midnight, Solothus, Morbific, Baxaxaxa, Feral, Burial, Witching Hour, Deathhammer, Grave Miasma, Heavy Sentence, Whip Striker, Crixcure, Lucifer, and Rothadas, all interviewed in here. Let's find a cool like this Whip Striker bit, you know, really cool old school layout that Dale helped out with. Dale from Cult Never Dies. Yeah, you can buy. I've got a few copies left. If not, check it out. Iron Bonehead, Cult Never Dies, Record Shop X if you're in Finland. Yeah, go buy it. That would be very much appreciated. Working on the next one. More news on that. And yeah, that's me talking about stuff completely irrelevant to the video done. Hope you guys enjoyed. Support the underground, support the band, support the labels, buy my fanzine, and stay heavy.